Number 6, Miami's at Louisville. Noon, ABC. Massive game for both programs. Miami, as of Wednesday evening, is a 4.5-point favorite. Miami coming off a bye week after the craziness that was their game at California, and Louisville coming off a win at Virginia where they needed a game-winning drive to get it done. When you look at Miami's last 2 games, the crazy Virginia Tech game, the crazy Cal game, and then a bye week, can they clean a few things up? That's really my question. The game against Cal, they had 1 costly turnover, but they had 9 penalties for 110 yards. The game against Virginia Tech, 3 turnovers, 6 penalties in that game. The defense hasn't looked great the last 2 games. They've given up high 30s to Virginia Tech and Cal. But Ruben Bain fully back after being back against Cal and having a bye week. To me, Mac, this feels like a game where Miami comes back and reminds us all that they are a legitimate contender. I really think so. I do. Because I think it's just cleaning up a few little things. Virginia Tech, to me, was turnovers. And then the Cal game, you're on the road, 10:30 at night. It felt like Cal started with a lot of the momentum. It felt like they were able to exploit a few things. Some of those quick passes to Jade Knott were really effective. I don't think Louisville has a Jade Knott. And I think Louisville wants to play more ball control. And I don't think that works well against a team like Miami.
Yeah.
What do you think, Matt?
We'll see. We'll see. This honestly is the hardest game of the day for me, for a couple of different reasons. One, because when you look at Miami's last 2 games, and reasons you just laid out, which I think are fantastic, but yet they happened. And the common denominator of both of those games is Virginia Tech and Cal's offenses stink. They're not good. They're not consistent. They haven't shown any type of life or flash outside of that game. This Louisville offense is good. Like, they can get the ball out. I think that Ja'Cory Brooks is freaky. 6'3", 200 pounds with blazing speed. I mean, they've got like double Jade Knott in regards to size.
You think
when
so?
Look at that guy. Not a running back, but I think that he's a threat. I think he's an absolute threat to take the top off. I mean, his longest reception TD is 86 yards. I mean, that guy has speed.
No, he is an absolute threat to take the top off. I agree. Jade Knott killed them in the receiving game, though. I mean, that's kind of what's scary.
Put Ja'Cory Brooks at daggum running back and let him run some routes. He's got 6 receiving touchdowns. I am worried about that. Now, I heard some news that Miami had a players-only meeting, that it sounds like, hey, we're not satisfied on 6-0. We've got way bigger plans. I don't know the reasoning for that, if some guys weren't maybe practicing hard in the bye week, or if it's just a great reset. You've got unbelievable leaders like Xavier Restrepo and Cam Ward and Maui Noah and others that said, hey, come on, guys, tighten up. Let's go. Like, we've got to really refocus right now and have a big push. I don't know the reasoning for the meeting. I have to think that it was only positive, not because guys were slacking off. And I don't think anyone would allow that kind of in the program. So with that said, when Miami's at their A game, I only think there's a handful of teams in the country that can beat them. Because of the bye week, because of these 2 close calls, I am with you. I think that they are going to lock back in. The spread is 4.5. I think they cover by at least a touchdown, but I don't think it's some blowout. I mean, I don't think that, Miami walks away, with a 20-point dub saying, yeah, we're going to run through the ACC. I think this is going to be a difficult game. Louisville sold out. Now, it's a noon game, and KG, you always say it, and I agree with you. The noon game favors the away team in regards to don't have to deal with the environment, get in, get out, get home type of vibes. But I do think this is going to be a little close. And I think that Louisville runs the ball really well. I think they play a little ball control and maybe make it uncomfortable where Miami feels like they have to score. I'm just fascinated offensively to see, are they just riding that high of 25, whatever it was, straight points where they're rolling? Or is there a little bit of a weird bye week hangover effect? But I'm taking the Canes to cover. I'm definitely picking Miami. I just think it could be a weird game.
I hear you. I think it's fair to say, I think you'd agree, both defenses have disappointed a bit so far.
For sure.
The Miami defense and the Louisville defense.
And with that said, I think Miami has the number 1 defense in the ACC. I'm going to look this up while you keep rolling on your reasons there.
Really? By what
I think
metric?
So. You keep going. I'll find it.
That's crazy to me because they gave up 38 or what, 35 to Virginia Tech and 38 to Cal.
Yeah.
That's a little shocking, but they also have played,
They have the
other
number one
teams.
total defense. They have number one total defense in regards to yards and things of that nature. Scoring, they're fourth. It's weird. It doesn't feel like it.
Okay.
I'm with you. It doesn't feel like that, but it is
Interesting.
statistically.
Well, some of that, of course, in the Virginia Tech game, it was your turnovers. The turnovers were an issue. But, Mac, we're going to say all this about what Miami's just done, right? What about Louisville struggling at Virginia? I think there is some – now, I'm the biggest wahoo that there is. All right, let's be clear. But Louisville did not look great at Virginia. They should have put Virginia away. They let Virginia back in the game. The offense sputtered a bit. So there's that too. It's not like Louisville, 2 tough losses before that Virginia game. So neither team's coming in, I think, feeling great about themselves. But when the spread is 4.5, if you take Louisville plus 4.5, to me, that tells me you think Louisville can really win.
Just take money line. Don't take the points. Take money line.
Yeah, you could, but I think Miami's going to cover. I think Miami wins this game by 10. That's where I'm standing.
Double digits. Come on.
I think
say it with your chest, KG. Let's go.
I just feel like those last 2 games, ridiculous, scary, all these things. This team's too good. I think they're going to figure it out. The offense is too good.
Certainly have a shot.
Even if they need to drag this defense with them, this offense is too good. And Louisville, Matt, let's flip it, right? You're saying, let's say Louisville wants to play ball control. Let's say Miami scores quickly twice right away. What does Louisville do? Because that's not how they want to play.
Yeah.
So Miami's got to go in there and I think set the tone early. And they can't go start the game like they did at Cal.
Right. It's going to be interesting. And, I think when you look at it again, kind of, I expected this, this Miami team really to just be able to run the ball more. Now they still have ran the ball well. It's really weird how their stats are kind of manipulating their totals and their rankings and things of that nature. I just thought it would be a team that could, if they wanted to, run it 30, 40 times a game and just bludgeon you and just be over with. And they certainly haven't. They've passed the ball unbelievably well. Cam is that good of a guy. But we could be in for a running back battle. I mean, when you see what, Isaac Brown has been doing, the true freshman for Louisville, he's been exciting to watch. Damian Martinez leads them in rushing, but it doesn't feel like he's had that game yet that, there's that guy. There's that guy that we, thought and knew that, Miami was getting this just unbelievable back that, can go for 100 anytime. I mean, his highest of the season, 91 against FAMU. Okay, great. He had 60 against Virginia Tech. That's his second best game of the season outside of Florida there. So we'll see. I am really fascinated by this game. I'm very fascinated by it.
Max, something to keep in mind with Miami, the first, I would say pre-Virginia Tech, and I'm just looking at their August and September numbers, so that counts, of course, with Virginia Tech. But I would feel like their numbers are that good. They've been skewed a little bit by the first couple of games. You know, when you play Florida, skews your numbers. You're going to put up great numbers.
Scrubs in the SEC. It really just helps you out.
You're going to put up great numbers. It is what it is.